The Unstoppable Wild Boar Crisis. A feature-length YouTube documentary script. A silent threat. When the sun sets across these fields, a different world awakens. Under the cover of darkness, a silent army advances, millions of feral hogs, their tusks sharp, their hunger relentless. This is not a legend. It is one of the fastest-growing wildlife crises on the planet, spreading from Texas to Turkey, from Spain's olive groves to the wetlands of Southeast Asia. For farmers, families, and entire ecosystems, the stakes could not be higher. Chapter 1: The Midnight Alarm. It started, as so many stories do, with a single phone call. A farmer's voice, shaking with panic, crackled through the rural emergency line. "My cornfield is gone. Overnight. Torn to pieces." What took months of care was reduced to ruin in a few hours. Local responders knew this was no isolated incident. Entire harvests, food meant to feed communities, were being swallowed whole by the wild. Within hours, search teams formed. This was not a hunt for sport. It was a mission of survival. Chapter 2: Into the Night Sky. Helicopter blades roar. A red dawn bleeds into black horizon. Strike teams lifted off before first light. 3-man crews, pilot, spotter, sharpshooter, moved as one. From above, the land spread out like a map of scars, trampled rows of maize, shredded irrigation lines, hoofprints like war wounds in the soil. Suddenly, a lone shape darted across the field. The pilot banked hard. The sharpshooter exhaled. A single shot cracked the pre-dawn silence. The animal fell, and the mission began in earnest. Chapter 3: Pursuit of the Herd. The first report was just the beginning. Moments later the forest exploded, dozens of hogs scattering through brush and shadows. "They know the terrain better than anyone," the spotter muttered. Engines roared as the helicopter followed the twisting maze below. Every shot required absolute precision. These hunters weren't chasing trophies, they were protecting livelihoods. Each trigger pull meant crops saved, diseases slowed, and a fragile balance kept alive. Chapter 4: Farmers on the front line. Farmer Rosa Martinez, Spain. They come in the dark. By morning, we find only destruction, like a hurricane passed overnight. Across Europe, wild boar populations have doubled in just a decade, fueled by warmer winters and abundant food. In Germany alone, agricultural losses exceed €80 million each year. Boars raid vineyards, topple fences, and even roam city streets in Barcelona and Rome. Farmer Jack Thompson, Texas. One herd can undo an entire season's work in a night. It's like watching your future vanish before sunrise. For these families, the battle is daily, the emotional toll immeasurable. Children wake to flattened gardens, parents face debts that threaten generations. Chapter 5: Science Behind the Surge. Biologists warn that feral hogs are a perfect invasive species. They breed year-round, with litters of 6 to 12 piglets. They adapt to nearly every climate, from swamp to desert. Their omnivorous appetite devastates not only crops but also native plants, ground-nesting birds, and even small mammals. Unchecked, their numbers can triple within 3 years. Diseases such as African swine fever and brucellosis spread silently, endangering livestock and humans alike. Chapter 6: Ethics of the Hunt. The helicopter hunts draw controversy. Animal rights advocates argue that lethal measures are cruel, that technology has turned culling into spectacle. Wildlife ecologist Dr. Amira Khan counters. It's never a choice we celebrate. But the alternative is ecological collapse. Sometimes compassion means acting, even when it's hard. Indigenous communities add another voice: respect. In Australia, Aboriginal elders remind hunters that every animal is part of country, deserving gratitude even in death. Chapter 7: Technology Takes Flight. From Texas plains to Turkish hillsides, new tactics emerge. Thermal drones locate herds in pitch darkness. Smart traps send instant phone alerts when triggered. GIS mapping predicts migration routes with uncanny accuracy. These innovations save countless man-hours, and prevent needless suffering by ensuring quick, targeted action. Chapter 8: Human Courage and Cost. Behind every statistic is a person holding the line. Meet David, a lifelong farmer whose grandfather broke this same soil. He speaks quietly, eyes rimmed with exhaustion. "I don't like the killing. But if I don't protect this farm, my children won't have a future here." His words hang heavy, a reminder that the real story is about people, families defending their heritage, neighbors banding together, strangers becoming allies in a shared fight. Chapter 9: Global Spread, Global Stakes. United States, Feral hog damage now tops $2.5 billion annually. Europe, population surge from the Carpathians to the suburbs of Berlin. Asia, crops in India and China face nightly raids, rice paddies lie flattened. Climate change amplifies the crisis, shorter winters mean more food and longer breeding seasons. What was once a regional nuisance has become a worldwide ecological emergency. Chapter 10, Searching for Balance. Some communities explore non-lethal solutions. Fertility control vaccines show promise but require repeated doses. Rewilding predators, wolves, tigers, raises new questions of safety and coexistence. Habitat restoration aims to divert boars from farms back to wild forests. The goal is not eradication but equilibrium, a future where humans and wildlife share the land without constant war. The long vigil. The helicopters are silent now, but the struggle continues. Every dawn brings a fresh test of resilience and resolve. For the farmers, the scientists, and the hunters, this is more than a battle against an animal. It is a stand for the land itself, for food security, for ecosystems, for generations yet to come. The wild will always push back. Our challenge is to answer not with hatred, but with wisdom and respect. Because the story of the wild boar is ultimately the story of us. How we live, how we adapt, and how we choose to share this fragile earth. Midnight alarm. Farmers on the front line. Science behind the search. Technology takes flight. Searching for balance. If this story moved you, help raise awareness. Like, share, and subscribe so more people understand the scale of this crisis, and the hope that still exists.